Hello, everyone. This is Enid in the first installment of MBTI Positive ID. If you'd like to know what's behind this little series of mine and what it all means, I invite you to go look at the intro video, Intro to Positive ID, that I've posted on my channel. But this is supposed to be fun, I'll tell you that. So if you just don't have time for that kind of thing and you just can't wait to start writing angry and foolish comments below, go right ahead. Just go do that, as if anyone can stop you. So in this installment, I'm going to be looking at the J versus P preference. Perhaps I find in my experience that this is the one that is the easiest to see, meaning with the greatest number of people, I can take a look at a personal environment of that person's, and I can usually, with a pretty high degree of accuracy, I'd say about 85% accuracy rate, I can very quickly say this person is more on the J end of the preference scale for the MBTI, and this person is more on the P end of the scale. So here we go. I'm going to give you 5 interpretive options for this exemplar that will perhaps get you or someone you love off the fence about whether they're more J or they're more P in their preferences. All right. So I invite you for this exercise, please have a good look. If you haven't been in a conniption about it already from the very beginning of this video, please have a look at this bookshelf. Now, I would say if you've already turned this video off, because in the first 2 seconds of watching it, you realize that to watch an entire 2 minutes of anything with this kind of a bookshelf arrangement in the background was going to give you a heart attack, you, sir or madam, are most certainly a hardcore J. And you probably do that. And so good. It's good that you're gone. Now, if on that scale of one sort of general approach to daily living, I have yet to come up with a better colloquial explanation of what that 4th scale, the J or the P scale, means, how to get it across to people. Anyway, I would say if you are sort of halfway to the midline between the J and the P preferences, if you're in that zone, a reaction that would be typical of someone who would score there would be to look at this bookshelf, be horrified, but to be thinking, I can put up with that, but over my dead body, would any bookshelf look like that in my home or my office? That would be the midline. I would say that if your reaction to this wonderful bookshelf here, this gorgeously random arrangement of objects, if you looked at it and thought, well, it's not my bookshelf, so I don't really give a what it looks like. But I would be, if it were my bookshelf, I would not let it stay like that for very long, I don't think. That's very in the middle, very hard to tell, very inconclusive to me, whether your preference is more on the J or the P. Now, let's say, make the exemplar just a little more specific for the purpose of exploring the other 2 options left to speak of for this that I'm going to give you. Let's say for looking at this shelf, the frame you are to be thinking of, have in mind, is imagine this were a bookshelf that was put into a place that is normally entirely your dominion. So if you live with other people, you don't share a bedroom, it's just your room or it's just your office, and all the objects in there are chosen by you, and they are at any given time pretty much are left where they are by you for your reasons alone. Let's say that I was to get my team to smuggle this bookshelf just as is right into that space now, and make it part of your space. Now, if you were to think, oh, I don't really like the look of all that. That could really be better. I could really see some improvement. But I'm gonna, I'll get to that the first chance I get. I'm going to fix that up. I'm going to make that into some kind of order because that's just very distracting. Then I would say you're probably a moderate P. I'd give you, between the midline to the outer reaches of the P preference. And then the last option is if you took about a day and a half to realize that somebody had smuggled this bookshelf into your special area. You had not even noticed that it was there yet. And or you had noticed that it was there right away, but you really felt no urge to do anything about it at all. You're like, it's just in the background. It's background noise to me. I'm not bothered in the least. Then you, my friend, are almost assuredly a hardcore P. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you will again.